everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a set of really colorful spring nails. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm going in with this blue gel polish in the color AMOR AZUL by GLAM, and as always I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave it down in the description. But as you guys know, GLAM are my favorite gel polishes. They go on so good and they have a really good coverage and they last so long on the nail, and then also the bottles last so long. And then on the other nails we're going to go ahead and be applying some bling. So I'm just going to be using different color ones, and it's going to be just a mixture of about 5 different colors. I'm using a hot pink, light pink, blue, purple, yellow, and green, and again we're just gonna scatter them around. And then on this pinky it's only gonna be half to where it's covering like her natural nail, and then the tip is gonna be clear. On the index finger we're gonna be doing a full nail, and then on the other 2 fingers we're gonna just add something as we go. And also just a little reminder that for my glue I am using my Mia Secret gel resin. I just apply it on the nail, and I apply a little bit as I go because it will dry a little bit faster, especially over just the plain acrylic. For some reason it always seemed like it dries way faster than if I applied it over gel polish. So again, just apply your Mia Secret as you go. And then also I'm picking up the bling with the wax pencil, and I'm not doing any type of pattern. I'm literally just picking up the random colors as I go until I fill up the entire nail. As always, I do start around the cuticle area, and then I work my way around the perimeter of the nail until the nail is completely full. I just sealed the perimeter of that nail with that same Mia Secret gel resin, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this hand, except for one of the other fingers is going to just be a tip instead of a full nail. But again, just applying the Mia Secret gel resin with my wax pencil. I'm picking up the bling and just placing it on the nail, making sure that I alternate between the 2 different sizes and colors. Okay, so this one is the one that I'm doing the tip on instead of the full finger, but it's going to be the same thing. First, just outlining the small line and then just filling in the rest of the tip. I'm also going to be polishing this index finger with the blue gel polish in the color AMOR AZUL by Madam Glam. And then of course we're going to come back and do a second coat on this as well. And then for the other nails, we're going to be using some decals, and they're going to be by, I think, what's the name of the store? Apple Shop, Nail Shop, something like that, but I'll be sure to leave the link in the description. I know it's just a pretty long name, so I forget, but it's something Apple, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, I'm just trying it out to see if it works. And the way these work are, you just literally cut them out and then you put them in a little dapping dish with water for a few seconds, and I actually let them in there for a little bit longer, so by the time I was ready to use them, they had already came off the little paper. And these actually don't have a film over the top, so you just cut them out and put them in the little dapping dish with water. So again, you could either just leave them in there for a few seconds and then remove the little paper off the back yourself, or if you just leave them in there long enough, it's just gonna slide right off the paper. As you can see, that one, you probably can't see it now, but it just literally came off the paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and just put them in a little dapping dish while I finish off the rest of the nails. And again, I'll be leaving the link in the description to these decals. Alrighty, so now while those soak, I'm going to go ahead and do a marble nail over this blue. So this first color is in the color Fuchsia Touch. The second one is Summer Sun by D&D. As you can see, I'm just placing them on the nail and dabbing them with a little brush with a little bit of acetone. I just like literally soak the brush in acetone and then wipe it off on a paper towel to where it's damp but not soaking wet. And then that next color was in the color Green Springs by D&D, and the purple is in the color Girl Power by Madam Glam. I'm gonna let those cure for 30 seconds under the light, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other hand. But before I switch over to the other hand, I'm gonna go ahead and place the decals on the nail, or actually I'm gonna do a base coat, and that way those decals just stick to the nail really good. So it's just a gel base coat. And now I'm gonna go in and do the marble on this finger. So again, just apply the polish on the nail, just dab it with your little brush with acetone. Make sure that your brush is not too wet with acetone, because if not, those colors are going to be running all over the nail and then they're not going to be as bright. Alrighty, so I'm going to go over to the other nail, and then as you can see, the little decals are already off the paper. If not, just slide it off. And I'm just going to place them randomly on the nail. I'm going to alternate between the different styles. And then as you can see, I feel like it was such a big gap on the side. So you are going to see me, moving them around. And then also I'm going to cut one of the other ones in half. That way I can do some like on the sides. That way it doesn't look like such a big gap. And then I'm just using a little pair of, these tweezers to pick them up and move them around. Alrighty, so for now I'm going to go ahead and just apply that same blue gel polish on the thumb. And then of course we're going to go ahead and let this cure for 30 seconds. And we're going to move on to the other hand. Alrighty, so while that cures, we're going to go ahead and apply the base coat on this finger, which is going to be the finger with the Louis Vuitton decals. And then we're going to go ahead and do the thumb as well. And for this thumb, I'm using the color Summer Sun by D&D. As you can see, it's a really pretty yellow and it is definitely really popular during the summer. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the other little decals on the sides. And as you can see, it's like half of the little flower. And it's just going on the sides. That way we don't have a big gap right there. So I just cut one little decal into half and place them on the sides. After this, we're going to go ahead and do a second coat on this thumb. Okay, so I did the second coat on the thumb with the yellow polish, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply the decals on this nail as well. And again, as you can see, since I left them in there for a while, they're already off that white little piece of paper, so you don't have to worry about taking it off. And if you soak them for too long, it's not going to do anything to the decals. It's just going to have them like come off the little paper as you seeing there. And you can either move them around with your finger, with your nail, or with the little tweezers, or whatever is easier for you. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply a gel top coat over the decals, because I'm going to do 2 top coats. That way they are kind of like encapsulated in that gel polish. And they're not super thick. They're actually thinner than I was expecting, which is really, really good. But anyways, for the thumbs, we're going to be doing like a rainbow, what do we consider rainbow? I guess we're going to call it a rainbow effect. So it's just going to be like lines going across the nail with different color bling. And I'm just applying the Mia Secret gel resin as I go. And then I'm switching the 2 different size rhinestones. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to go in and apply some bling on the fingers with the marble. And we're just going to be doing pink on this one. And then on the other finger with the marble, I'm going to do the green bling. After that, as always, we spray the bling with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, which it helps the glue dry a lot faster because since it is a gel resin, it takes a lot longer to dry. And then after this, we're just going to apply the IBD gel top coat or whatever top coat you like the best. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. They're so colorful, so summerish, so springish, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNo32, and I'll see you guys next time.